The fourth and final trailer for Resident Evil 9 has confirmed our suspicions. Leon is infected. But with what? This obviously isn't the first time he's been infected with some sort of virus or parasite. Most notable is Resident Evil 4 with Las Plagas, then another time in the CG movie Death Island when he and crew got a dose of the T-virus. This time feels much different though. The stakes are higher than they ever have been. Let's speculate. In the trailer, you can see on a computer screen the report on Raccoon City Syndrome. This report describes it as a latent onset of the T-virus, occurring when residual T-virus within the body mutates over a prolonged period of time. And similar to rabies, when this syndrome manifests symptoms, it's fatal. Let's just hope for Leon's sake this will all be resolved. There are 4 known stages of the Raccoon City Syndrome. We will get into that in a sec, but first let's go back to Resident Evil 3. In Jill's report from 1998, she documents her findings on the ongoing T-virus. The Cliff Notes version of her report state, quote, "Due to the strength of the virus, airborne infection cannot be discounted. It should be noted that those who survived the incident have not yet developed symptoms. It is unclear whether this is because the virus has a long incubation period or because we just happen to be resistant to the infection." End quote. This, of course, is Jill's speculation of the T-virus at a time where it was widely unknown and before the events of Resident Evil 3. That said, potentially airborne and long incubation period hit right on the nose of what we are dealing with almost 30 years later in the events of Resident Evil 9. If the T-virus was airborne, that would help explain why Leon is infected, despite seemingly never been bitten in the games, and why there has been 6 fatalities due to this syndrome so far. Leon being affected in the CGI movie could also be a reason too, but that would rope Chris into the story as well. And if it is airborne, then the scope of the syndrome will be wider than any of us expected. We may get our version of Resident Evil Avengers, not counting 6. Back to the Raccoon City Syndrome. It has 4 stages. Stage 0 is a dormant stage. The virus lies temporarily dormant within the host due to the presence of specific antibodies. As the virus is not completely suppressed, it begins to build immunity to the antibodies over time. Stage 1, activation. The virus becomes active and black, bruise-like marks begin to appear on parts of the body. Mild symptoms such as general malaise and coughing occur. Stage 2, development. The black marks spread further across the body, coupled with numbness in the affected areas. The marks extend to internal organs, sometimes leading to hematemesis. Stage 3, the final stage, which is terminal. The black marks darken and spread across the entire body. Severe pain and intense fatigue make moving difficult. Vomiting of blood becomes uncontrollable. Patients at the terminal stage typically die within 1 or 2 hours. Something I find a little interesting with stage 3 right off the bat is having the black marks spread across the entire body, intense fatigue and difficulty moving and vomiting blood. A lot of those sound very similar to how Leon reacted to the Las Plagas throughout Resident Evil 4, but I digress. From what we've seen so far, it seems likely that Leon is beginning the game in stage 1, which is activation. We will then see him progress to stage 2. I find it interesting that in stage 2, numbness occurs in the marked body parts. We see so far that it's on his hands and neck, so we might see Leon subdued and not be able to accurately wield a gun or axe in some areas, and he must rely on Grace for help to navigate and fight. This information all barely scratches the surface of what we most likely will discover in Resident Evil 9. I believe that the scope is wider than we are seeing so far, and the stakes are the highest they have ever been. The callback to RPD and Raccoon City has to bring in Claire at the least, and I think it is a very strong possibility that we are seeing Sherry in this trailer. She also has on gloves similar to Leon, so that would imply that she too is infected. This may be Leon's last mainline game, but let us hope that we will find treatment for the syndrome before we see our GOAT go into stage 3. I will be there on February 27th. I'll see you all then.